Governor, the next person is Charles Ladd, followed by James Dempsey Jr. Ladd.
Thank you for coming, Governor. We appreciate seeing you in Enfield. Sure. We understand you're suggesting that some of the surplus should be given back to the public.
Yes.
I would suggest that we might be better served if we use that to, even the extra, some of these programs you have up on the signs, or to maybe support some of the unfunded mandates that the state is sending down to our towns. It's frankly not helping our tax base any.
Well, let me stab a couple of those things, and we can have a conversation. Budgets are done on a multi-year basis in Connecticut. We have biannual budgets, and then we can make really reasonable predictions of how much money will be needed in the future and how much money our revenue sources are likely to generate. At the same time, and I didn't go into a long explanation, but to give you a framework, we have a badly funded pension plan that I inherited. It was bad as 42% funded. We're now playing catch-up, and so I'm saying the extra money that we would have this year, we need to put $100 million into expediting our funding of our pension obligation. And we need to, that's an extra amount of money on top of which we have now statutorily required that we properly fund the pension plan. So we're doing a number of things. But what I don't want to do is what my predecessors did, and that is to make commitments without an expectation that there's a revenue flow that will support those commitments on a long-term basis or on a year-to-year basis. And so what we thought was appropriate is that we would pay down our debt, $250 million. We would put $100 million into properly funding the pensions. Money in our rainy day fund. We are paying down our debt. $250 additional $1 million into our rainy day fund, $100 million into our pension, and return a portion of the funds to the people who the funds are coming from. I mean, for instance, over the last couple of years, we've had specific taxes that a number of people have found onerous. Increasing the gas tax, for instance, many people objected to. That had the increase that took effect while I've been governor has about an average cost of $18.50 per vehicle over the course of the course of a year of that vehicle. Some people have said, well, to get out of that $3.6 billion deficit problem, raising the sales tax or having it apply to certain things that it didn't formally apply to, that was unfair. Well, in this budget, we are going to roll back the application of sales tax to non-prescription drugs. So that's going to go away. It costs about $16 million. We're going to begin getting rid of the sales tax that applies to clothing under $50. That costs about $140 million a year. And our suggestion is that because folks have paid more sales tax and more gas tax to return to taxpayers, I understand you might want some of that money to be spent differently, but I'm just explaining to you what the philosophy was. And that still means that next year, presuming revenues flow the same way they've been flowing, we'll have that money to pay whatever additional costs we have in the out years. I will point out to you that while I've been governor with respect to general fund increases, we've averaged about 2.8% per year. That's substantially less than the 4.4% average of my predecessors, and I intend to honor that commitment that we're not going to increase state spending beyond that level. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.